Good morning, everybody. I am G. Veera Reddy, lecturer in Computer Science, Xavier Government College, Sattupalli, Khammam district. Now, I am discussing about RDBMS. RDBMS. A RDBMS is a relational database management system. It is a database management system DBMS that is based on the relational model. Basic ideas about the RDBMS: to present the data to the user as relations, that is, as a collection of tables with each table consisting of set of rows and each table consists of set of rows and columns. To provide relational operators to manipulate the data in tabular form. Okay, each data must be a tabular form. The basic ideas are just each data must be in table form, the set of rows and columns. Relational schema. In this DBMS, take one table. These are all roll number, name, DOB date of birth, age. These are all called as fields or attributes. These records are roll number 1, 2, 3. These are called entity sets. In this, all records 1, 2, 3, these records are tuples, records or entities, whatever it may be, entity. Total 3 records are called as the entity set. Few terminologies used in the RDBMS. What is a schema? The logical structure of the database is called as schema. The logical structure, a customer and accounts and the relationship between them. Take one customer and account. The relation between the customer and account is a logical structure, is called as a schema. Instance, the actual content of the database at a particular point in time is called instance. Degree, the number of columns associated with a relation or table is a degree of relation. Okay. Cardinality, the number of rows in a table is called cardinality. Domains, the range of possible values for an attribute is called domains. Types of attributes. First one, simple attribute, composite attribute, single valued attribute, multi-valued attribute, derived attribute, and last one, null attribute. A simple attribute. A simple attribute that consists of a single atomic value. For example, roll number, marks, salary. These are all single or atomic values, that is called as the simple attributes. Once again, I am repeating, simple attribute. Attribute that consists of single atomic values is called as the attribute, simple attribute. For example, roll number, marks, salary, these are all the simple attributes. What is a composite attribute? The attributes which can be decomposed further. For example, name divided into number of parts, that is first name, middle name, last name, and so on. Address is also house number, street, city, state, Okay, these are all address, and each attribute which can be divided number of parts or decomposed number of parts, that is composite attribute. For example, name and address. Single valid attribute, attribute that holds single value only for which city you are living. For example, Aadhaar number or email ID or employee ID, these are all the single valid attribute. Multi-valid attribute, the attribute holds multiple values. What is your phone number? We have a more than one phone numbers. What is our mail ID? We have a more than more than one mail IDs. What is your account numbers? Bank account number. We have a more number of accounts. What is our vehicle numbers? We have a more than one vehicle. These are all multi-valued attributes. What is a derived attribute? An attribute that can be calculated or derived from other attribute. Derived from another attribute. For example, what is your age? Derived from date of birth. It is derived from date of birth. For suppose your date of birth is 1970. Now what is your age? Present date minus date of birth. You get the age. Or what is your retirement age? Your joining date and your present age minus whatever it may be, 58 or 60 years. Okay, you get the total experience or retirement date, whatever it may be. Null attribute, an attribute whose values is missing for a record. If a record does not contain any assignment for the price attribute, is called null attribute. Here we have types of attributes. Simple attribute, only that have only single atomic value. Composite attribute, have more than one decomposed values. So suppose name and address. Single valid attribute, attribute that holds a single value. For suppose employee ID, Aadhaar number, these are all. Multi-valid attribute, phone numbers, email IDs, these are all multi-valid attribute. Derived attribute, an attribute that can be calculated from other attribute. Or suppose what is your age? Okay, your age, present year and date of birth. Okay, you get the age. Next one, concept of keys. First, what is a key? Super key, an attribute or group of attributes that can be keys, an attribute or a group of attributes that can uniquely identify a tuple from a relational schema. That is a super key. Group of attributes that can be uniquely identified, must be uniquely identified tuple from a relational schema is called an super key. What is a candidate key? Candidate key is minimal super key. Primary key attribute, that must be primary attribute. Member of some candidate keys, that must be number of candidate keys available. What is a primary key? One of the candidates, for suppose primary key contain a null values, must be not containing a null values and duplicate values, that is called as a primary key. A primary key must be not in null values and duplicate values, not allows the null values and duplicate values. And composite primary key. Composite primary key is also a primary key. The combination of the two attributes, there is no null values and there is no duplicate values, that is called as the composite primary key. Primary key and composite primary key rules and validations are same, but primary key conditions only for one attribute. Composite primary key, the combination of the more than one attribute is called as composite primary key. Alternate secondary key, rest of candidate keys, the remaining rest of candidate is called as the secondary key. Unique key, same as primary key, but can accept null values also. It accepts null values also. Here main one is primary key. The primary key not allows the null values. Once again I am repeating, what first primary key not allowing the null values and duplicate values, that is called as the primary key. Next one, composite primary key. Composite primary key is also a not allows the duplicate values or null values, but the combination of more than one attribute is called as the composite primary key. Next one, super key. An attribute or a group of attributes that can be uniquely identify a tuple. Uniquely identified tuple must be tuple from a relational schema is called as super key. Candidate key, minimal super key is called as the candidate key. What is the secondary key? Rest of candidate key is called as the, we take one table, more number of candidate keys available. If you select the one candidate key, the remaining rest of the candidate keys are secondary keys. Unique key, same as primary key, but can accept null values also. That is called as the unique keys. Next one is the primary foreign key, an attribute of an entity set E, which depends on the primary key of another entity set E1. If you take two tables, one table is an E, another table is an E1. First table, an attribute of an entity set E, which is dependent on the primary key of another entity set E1. For suppose, here in example you see student course enrollment. In student roll number, name, marks. At the same time enrollment, roll number and CID. In two tables we have roll number common, roll number CID in the enroll relation, the foreign key and together from the composite primary key from the relation. If you take the one table student, another table roll number. First table roll number, student table roll number and enrollment table roll number and CID. Here common are roll numbers. Here student table we have a roll number must be a primary key. At the same time the primary key available in the enroll enroll. The combination of the two tables we get the primary foreign key. Okay. In foreign key must be a primary key. Next one, integrity constraints. Okay, entity integrity, referential integrity. Here entity integrity, if an attribute is a primary attribute, it cannot accept null values. In other words, no components of a primary key can be null. Non-key attributes can be okay, non-key attributes can be not accepted. Entity integrity means it is a primary key. Referential integrity means foreign key. The entity integrity allows the primary attributes, it cannot accept null values, it cannot accept the duplicate values. Referential integrity means it is a inward the state that any foreign key values must be match the primary key values. It is also called as the referential integrity. In the examination, the entity integrity in examination ask about the entity integrity or referential integrity. Here entity integrity means primary key or referential integrity means foreign key. Okay, entity relationship diagrams, ER diagrams, called as the ER diagrams. ER diagrams, entity, entity set, attribute. What is an entity? Entity is a person, place, okay, object or event or anything is called an entity. Entity set, okay. Entity set, combination of the entities is called an entity set. An entity set contains many entities, that is called an entity set. What is an attribute? Common properties of the entities in a entity set is called an attributes. Or for suppose entity, first of all entity, a person, place, object or event, you take anything, is called an entity. For example, you take an entity student, it is a person. You take a thing, that is car or anything. Okay, what is an entity set? The combination of the entities is called an entity set. What is an attributes? The properties of entities, the properties or characteristics of entities is called an entity set. For suppose here entity is a student. What is an attribute? Each student have a characteristics. Each student have a characteristics or properties. What properties student have? Student hall ticket number, student name, student father name, student address, student identification marks and student marks. These are all the properties of entity, that means properties of student. Here what is an entity? Student is an entity. Then properties of student is, these are all properties, hall ticket number, name, father name, these are all student properties. Suppose these properties are called as attribute. Next, you take a car. Car has any attributes or car has any properties? Yes. Price of the car, color of the car or size of the car. These are all the properties of the car, is called an attributes. Here entity is car, attributes are properties of the cars. This is entity and attributes. What is a relationship? Specify the relation among entities from two or more entities. The two or more entities relation, okay, the specify the relations among entities from two or more is called an relationship. Here ER diagram notations. First one, entity set, it is here. The next one, weak entity set, we have double lines. Okay, attribute A, single line. Multi-valued attribute, double line. Relationship set, relationship symbol. Identifying relationship symbol, double line. Primary key, A, underline. Okay, derived attribute. Here once again we see the left side, entity set, first one E, entity set. Next one, weak entity set, double lines. relationship set. Next single line, identifying relationship set or weak entity set or primary key. The next line, second line, that is an attribute. Next one, multi-valued attribute, double line, derived attribute, dotted line, total participation of entity set with relation, okay, attributes of weak entity set. This is last one. ER diagram notations, many to many relationship, many to one relationship, one to many relationship, coordinate limits, role identifier. Here we seen in the ER diagrams. An example, here customer, loan, borrower is the relation. What is the relation between the customer and loan? Borrowing. Okay, here customer is an entity, customer ID, customer name, customer street, customer city are the attributes. Here loan is an entity, loan number, amount is an attributes. The two or more entities between the relation is called relationship. Borrowing is the relationship. Here we have a borrower as the relation, customer and loan is the entities. Okay, customer name, customer ID, loan number and amount are the attributes. Here attributes. Both entity sets and relationship can have an attributes. Attributes may be composite attribute, multivariate attribute, derived attribute. An example, customer. Customer have a customer ID, first name, middle name, last name. Here we see the customer. Customer have a name divided into three parts: first name, middle name and last name. Customer ID is a single one. Here attribute, multivariate attribute and derived attribute is also phone number. We have a number of phone numbers. Date of birth only one. Age derived from the date of birth. We have one. We take the one entity and attributes. Okay. We have a single valid attribute, multi-valid attribute, derived attribute. Okay. These are all available in this figure. Okay. Customer have a name. Okay. Divided into three parts: first name, middle name, last name. Derived from the name. Customer ID. Okay. ID single valid. Okay. Phone number, we have a multi-valid attribute. Okay. Age, it is a derived from the date of birth. Okay. These are all an example for these attributes. Relationship, mainly we have a one to one relationship, one to many relationship, many to many relationship. Here we will write it as a 1 to 1, 1 to m, m to 1, m to n. We will write it as these also. Relationship examples. We will take another example. Here 1 to 1, 1 to many. In A and B, we take the A and B. Here A and B, A1, A2, A3, A4, B1, B2, B3, B4. We have two images, A and small b. In first image, A1 to B1, A2 to B2, A3 to B3, A4 to B4. Here 1 to 1 relationship. Here B, image B, A1 to B1, B2, A2 to B3 B4, A3 to B5. This is one to many. A1 is a 1, B1 and B2 are many. Here one to many relationship. Here many to one relationship. Many A1 A2 to B1, A4 A5 to B3 from image A and image B, A1 A2 to B1 B2, A3 A4 to B3 B4 or anything. We take another example also. Here we take the, suppose you take the here A B C. A studied MCA, B studied MBA, C studied or MSc. We have one to one relationship, one to many relationship. A studied 10th and inter, B studied same 10th and inter, C studied 10th and inter and degree. One to many relationship. Many to one relationship. A, B, C or A, B, C, D, E, F are studied BSc. One to many to one relationship. Many to many relationship. A, B, C, D studied 10th inter degree PG. These are many to many relationship. What is a total participation? When we request all entity to participate in the relationship, total participation, we use double lines to specify. Here customer, you take in this example, customer, borrower, loan. Here total participation, here borrower and loan between the relation are double lines. That is called total participation. Here customer have a customer ID, customer name, customer street, customer city. Loan have a loan number and amount also. It is a self relationship. A weak entity set. Some entity set are real world, naturally depends on some other entity set. Double rectangle for weak entity set, double diamond for weak entity relationship, double underscore for discriminator. Okay, these are the weak entity set. We have a constraints, domain constraint, participation constraint and cardinality constraints. More ER diagram examples. Here banking. We take the banking example for ER diagram. Here you have a customer, borrower, loan payment and payments. Customer have a customer details, customer name, customer street, customer address, these are all. Borrower, loan have a loan branch, loan bank, okay, branch name, branch city, these are all the. Okay, next loan, amount, loan number. Loan payments, payment number, payment date, payment amount, repayment amounts. These are all the banking system. Depositor, here you see the customer through depositor. Depositor account number, balance, access date also. Next one, bankers. Employee ID, employee name, department name, telephone number, date. These are all the employee details. ISA. Next one, ISA. These are all the bank ER diagram. Here available all entities, entity set, attributes and derived attribute, multivariate attribute, and these are all available in the image. University ER diagram. Here also a student have, these are all details: birth date, sex, class, address. Address we divided into three parts: name, student ID, SSN, major in. Okay, departments, department name, department details, college, okay, office, course, student name, course details. Okay, these are all details. Section numbers, section year, they are all. Grade, these are a grade report. Grade, GPA, numeric grade. Okay, these are all the university ER diagram. Next, database languages. Types of SQL statements: data definition language, data manipulation language, data query language, data control language. Then data transaction control language. Here mainly DDL, called as the data definition language, called as the data definition language, specify the data schema. In the schema we write the create, alter and drop only. Data manipulation language, here we write insert, delete and update. Okay. Data query language, here we write select only. Data control language, it uses the grant and revoke. Transaction control language, committee rollback and rollback 2. Okay, these are all the types of SQL statements, types of the SQL statements. Here we completed the end of the topic. We completed the, go to the first page. We completed the RDM basics, relation schemas and few terminologies: schema, instance, degree, cardinality, domain, types of attributes: simple attribute, composite attribute, single variate attribute, multivariate attribute, derived attribute. Okay, keys. Okay, primary key, composite primary key, unique key, secondary key, candidate key, super key and finally foreign key. And integrity constraint, entity integrity and refreshal integrity. Entity ER diagrams. Here ER diagrams we have entity, attribute, relationship. ER diagrams notations. Okay, ER diagrams notations same. Okay, an example for ER. These are all examples for the ER diagrams. Okay, example for the ER diagrams. Then relationships. Here very important is relationships: one-to-one relationship, one-to-many relationship, many-to-many relationship. We have the many-to-many relationship. Total participation, self relationship, weak entity set. What is the constraints? Okay. Then more ER examples. Suppose university ER or banking ER. Okay. Finally, data language. We are not in these topics. Just introduction about the types of SQL statements here. Okay. Today's our topic is end. Thank you.